The Roadmaster report for the township road conditions. This was something Mr. Parish had asked at the last meeting, and that we all got a, road report about, and I told him that I would put this on the agenda for discussion. He has some concerns with particular roads.
Yeah, well, I made a review with the, road foreman. Him and I went out, and in fact, he had a couple of recommendations on it where they were real bad, so that's why it's in the report for the board to consider for next year.
Did you have any particular one that you felt?
No, well, I say the thing to do is put it up, have, PennDOT will come down and make up a spec with us and then put it out for bids and then decide how much we have in liquid fuels, whether we can cover it or not, and then if not, then you can cut some.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would recommend to do, it's up to the board.
So now the, Brandon Firestone, who was supposed to be the
Right.
person, now it's a Jonah,
Right.
I don't remember I met her one time, but.
Yeah, right, she would be, to have her come to do that, cause they'll charge us on before, they would bring the engineer in and he would write up the specs and go on how much, the cost, well, this way here, it don't cost us any more money to have PennDOT, they come in here at no charge, and that's their job.
It's a free thing in your toolbox to use versus
Right.
expensive.
Right, so I mean, it's up to the board, but it's just a matter of, try to put them that many out, or after they measure it, if you would have her come and then after you go through and measure it and come up with this, she can tell you roughly a ballpark figure that maybe, she'll say, maybe you shouldn't add this, maybe you should take something off, or that, she would have some idea, because that's how we did the other ones too.
She appeared to be in training whenever she came for
Right.
the transfer and the liquid fuel, so
Right.
it might be slightly more complicated, cause she'll probably have to,
Well,
there's a
I'm
new
sure she
Brandon
would.
Ross or something.
Right, I'm sure she would check with the other,
Yeah, it appears that everybody at District 12 is different than they were a year ago. Like,
Right.
everybody there is
Oh, it
totally
has really
different than they
changed.
were
It
a
has.
year ago.
a big change since Skavinsky retired.
Yes, Kavinsky is now, this. And
But
then-
anyhow, that's all it is to see if, and that's what I would think the board may want, it's up to the board to consider to do it, if they wanna do it. They may say, we don't wanna do none of the roads, I don't know, but those were the ones when Albert and I went out and checked and we went around, and in fact, he had recommended that, and he said, these are the ones that I would recommend that we take under consideration for next year, and I said, okay.
That'll be certainly helpful in
Right.
there's a lot of roads in this town, so.
Well, there is,
Nice
and,
and pinpointed,
but at least be on track every year to try to, get a few of them fixed and keep going. I mean, you can't just let them all just.
Whenever you did it with PennDOT before, did they do like what, did they help you do a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan?
No,
No, they do it year by year.
no.
Year by year?
But anyhow, it'd be up to the board, but anyhow, I'm just saying that I did go with the road foreman here, his recommendation was to put a couple of those on there, and I just said, okay. And I went and got back, we double checked with him, and we went back and inspected them, and we felt that would be the best at this time. And then I'm sure next year there'll be other roads after that, so.
Did anybody else have any comment on roads?
Only that, Michelle, better be kept up. The expense involved, and as I could recall, we used to tar and chip. I think the cost for a mile was something like $5,000 per mile.
How long ago is that?
1842.
Just a little bit more.
That was 40 years ago.
Pre-COVID, was
right?
that pre-COVID or?
And you just can't let them disintegrate. You have some roads, like Steve said, they should have been addressed a couple of years ago at least.
Anybody else have a?
No, that's fine.
Approval of bills. Motion to approve the payroll of December 8th in the amount of $8,954.10 found to be true and correct.
So moved.
Second.
Parish motion, for second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the other bills and invoices from the general fund in the amount of $49,800 $337.40, found to be true and correct.
So moved.
Second, Shell.
Wilson motion, Carr second. All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve bills and invoices from the El Ramus Storage Fund in the amount of $6,311.83, found to be true and correct.
So moved.
Second,
Parish motion, Carr second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Oh, there it is. One thing on the back is just the adjournment. Well, before we leave, I'd like to wish all you guys a happy holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
You're allowed to say Merry Christmas. It's a good township.
Well, it included
I'm
Christmas.
offended that you didn't say that.
Are you?
I'm
Well,
extremely offended.
the holidays do include Christmas, and
And New Year's.
if you decide to be offended,
And
I'm offended by it.
you have the
Merry
right to be
Christmas, Merry
offended.
Christmas. Right?
I thought holidays included Christmas, but I guess holidays are
Right to
different
say
than
it.
Christmas, Steve. Well,
Am I right? Don't be pleased to say it.
well, I'd like to personally say Merry Christmas to you, George.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's the problem in this world today. Everybody's worried about somebody else getting the toes stepped on.
Okay,
yeah, but
Dennis will
I'd
say
like
that,
to
right,
say for
Dennis?
all the board,
Absolutely correct.
new board members coming on board, good luck to all of you.
is that your sayonara speech? Is that your sayonara speech?
That's it.
That was more than Michelle got.
So, any motion to adjourn at 7:51?
6:55.
That's it? Yeah, sorry. It's not excellent, I'm underneath that, I didn't know if that was a 6 or a 7.
6:52.
Okay, motion to adjourn at 6:52. I'll make the motion in a second.
Second.
Pre-motion, Parish second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.